I am jumping on here because I've obviously just started my account and I wanted to do a bit of an introduction to who I am and how I got to start this keto journey. So I think it's straight. It has been a really long time since I've filmed a video. I think it's been over 12 months now. I still have my camera on the tripod ready to go. I just haven't filmed anything. I haven't filmed anything beauty related. I haven't filmed anything keto health fitness related. Not sitting down like this, I don't think. But I wanted to film, I just decided before I wanted to film today. Today marks 1 year since I took a photo that I'm pretty sure this was the night a year ago that I stepped on the scales and I was 130 kilos. I don't know how many pounds. Oh, no, I do know how many pounds that is. 287 pounds, 130 kilos. And I took a photo. I took a photo in beige granny panties because that's what I wore. An old ratty sort of sports bra because I held my big boobs. I took a photo and I decided I was gonna make a change. I'd been looking into keto. I've discovered keto really through Jazz, who's Jazz Hand, and through her Ms. Keto, who was, you know, just sharing so much education on it, which I'm forever grateful. And she still, like, to this day, still has the best keto health style library in that head of hers. But yeah, I can hear the cat meowing. It was a year ago that I decided I was going to give keto a crack because I've tried other things. I lost weight. About 5 years ago, 5 years at the time, but 6 years ago, I did the 12-week body transformation, and I went down to 93 kilos. I went from 128 to 93 by healthy eating, and I was getting up at the gym and just 5:30 each morning, going to classes and doing that. And I lost some weight, and the 12 weeks ended, and I was just like, oh, I don't have to go to the gym anymore. Don't have to go to the gym anymore. I'm just going to go 3 times a week. Every time I tell this story, I always put this voice on it. 3 times a week. And then I was going to go, I did want to go 3 times a week. And I'm going, right, I'm going to go once a week. And eating wise, because for me, it was having the light or the healthy or the version of things. And I was like, no, I still just, you know, if my friends go to Macca's, I want to go to Macca's. Like, and all those habits just crept back, and 5 years later I was 2 kilos heavier than I was previously. And I'd come to the realization that I was just gonna be the fat girl. Like, hands up in the air, give it up, like, I'm just the fat girl. Like, it is what it is, just get over it, like, whatever, you're fat. And that's how I labelled myself. I was my friend's fat friend, or I was, you know, I was just, so yeah, so I started tracking my food and just seeing what I was eating, and going low carb, what I thought was low carb, and it was hard, I don't want to say hard, to just start tracking all of a sudden. It was, and realizing what I was eating. I then saw Jazz talking about this 12-week program she does called the JRF program. Joseph, I can't say his name. Joseph Rakic Fitness Program. He's the man. And it was a trial, and I'm like, another 12-week program. Look, if I could get back down to like the 90 and like somehow stay there, that will be like the success of a lifetime. I'm gonna have to look back on my phone actually. So I started in October 20 something. I started the JRF program, but I started trying to do keto myself, October 14th. But I did my 12 weeks with Joseph Rakic, and it was easy. I want to say, I don't know if easy is the right, it was for me, and look, this is different with everyone. Everyone reacts differently to different eating habits and eating patterns and all that jazz. And it was, for me, it was easy. I was enjoying what I was eating. I was eating, you know, meats and fats and vegetables and salads, and like, I know I wasn't eating certain things, or I wasn't eating block of Cadbury's chocolate, but I might have some Vitaworks chocolate, or like, I didn't feel like I was missing out. That was my take on it anyways. So mid-January came around, and I started on Joseph Rakic at 124 point something. 124.5, I think. I'd lost about 5 kilos doing it on my own, which was like a good motivator at the start. I got down to 105.3 in 12 weeks, which I thought was pretty freaking good. But I wanted to do it again. Actually, I can't remember whether I had the intention of doing it again. Joseph Rakic's program is a subscription based, so you actually have to tell them when to cancel it. I'd paid for a 3-month subscription, that's your 12 weeks, and the 3 months had rocked around and it charged me again. And I could have got a refund, there's no crimes with that, but I was like, nah, but I'm gonna go again. Like, I'm feeling good, I wanna get myself down even further. And so I did another round. That's something I didn't do when I did my previous one. I just did the one, but I thought, no, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I'm losing weight. Like, it's not going to hurt me to do another round. And I went from 105 down to 91.5. And I'm like, this is where I wanted to be. I was just blown away that I was in the 90s. During that second round, I'd won a trip to Fiji through Joseph and his team and JRF, and they had picked me. They were running a contest. There was, I don't really know how to describe it. They were just offering free trips to Fiji for a week with like-minded people. They'd never done it before. They were picking someone every month. You had to be a member of JRF. You had to be a member of JRF. You had to document your journey, and that was pretty much it. And just be a part of the community. And they picked me. Like, I still get a little bit emotional thinking about that, but they said me. They made this video and they picked me. So after my second round, I didn't intend on doing a third round because I was going to Fiji, and I ended up doing one when I came back. I went to Fiji. I met Joe and Mimi and the whole Derry and the whole JRF team, and I met some of the most amazing people over in Fiji. People, you know, my digital friendships turned into, you know, real friendships. And I don't want to say digital ones aren't real, but I think there is such a difference when you physically can meet and hug and touch someone in person. It was absolutely a life-changing moment. Just one little thing I want to speak about Fiji is I have this beautiful, beautiful memory of being we were at Cloud 9, we were in the ocean. I was in the ocean with Maggie, and we were talking about, because we were both going to do round 3 when we got back from Fiji, and we were like, we need to shift our focus now. We've been doing JRF for 6 months. We need to shift our focus into moving our body and moving our body and like seeing the other differences and the other benefits from weight loss. And we were swimming away, and yeah, we were talking about it, and we've come almost 6 months later. Sorry, I just kicked the camera. We've come almost 6 months later, and we did it. We both did it. We changed the way we moved, and so much else in the universe and in our life has moved from it, and our physical well-being has moved from it, and that's super special to me. I'm off in off in a haze on it. So I got back from Fiji and decided to do a round 3, and I was not going to necessarily be sharing my weight loss all the time. I wanted to join a gym. I joined Snap Fitness in Horsham, and I actually wanted to join a gym. I wasn't joining a gym because I wanted to lose weight. That was never the thing I had to do. I wanted to join a gym because I just wanted to move, and I wanted to push myself and see what I could do. My first 2 rounds of JRF, I attempted to do his at-home workouts. I think I did it twice, and I struggled. But I walked. I was doing a lot of walking in the summer. One of my best friends would be, you know, she lives near me, so after work we'd go for walks, or in the mornings we'd go for walks. And I was walking for the first 6 months of my weight loss journey. And I started we'd sort of go around the block, and I would be, you know, we would be coming like 2/3 of the way, and I'm like struggling. I'm like to her, "You're walking too fast." And I'm just struggling behind. And we just sort of built up and built up and built up over those 6 months. And yeah, it really does prove to me you don't need to slog yourself out of the gym to lose weight. You need to move, like you need to eat properly, but you need to move. And walking is just sensational for movement and for weight loss, and I can't recommend it enough. Anyways, we're back doing round 3 and going to the gym, and I had no idea what I was doing. I followed the JRF gym plan. Some parts I struggled with, but some parts I started doing really well with. The more I did it, the easier it got. But I was enjoying it. I was enjoying setting the challenge. And just going back to how I went. So at the start I could jog at level 8 for 1 minute, and then I had to stop. By the end of it I could run for 6 minutes at level 8. by 12 weeks. Like, that was a massive, massive achievement for me. And I just did it step by step. Other achievements I did were skipping. I started, what was my first skip? My first skip was like 50 skips, but my first like official one was 250 skips I could do. And by the end, I smashed over 1,000 skips in one night. Like, that was hard, but like, I really enjoyed that. That was great aerobic exercise. I was doing things like rowing and planking and bicycle crunches. Like, I got up to 50 bicycle crunches. Like, and when I first started, I think I could do like, 20. It just really showed me what I could do with consistency. So that was really good. Did I share my weight loss with that? I don't think I got my weight loss on that one. That's alright. I can't remember what I ended up weighing. I think I didn't lose a great deal of weight. I'd put on some muscle mass, but and then we got to doing the 4th round, which is JRF with the scams. I started that a month ago. Maggie and Michael decided to make a hashtag. I think it started off as just, let's just make a hashtag, and it snowballed into this movement of people that were doing this JRF round, whether it was your first round, your second round, your 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. It was just about doing it together as a community and having that extra extra bit of a support, and it's been sensational. It is. I'm just so proud of those two for starting this movement and, getting everyone on board. It's been amazing. But sort of, we're on about to be week 5. We're on week 5, of my 4th round of JRF, and I've lost 52 kilos in 52 weeks. Like, that's a kilo a week. Like, that's crazy. Hasn't been a kilo a week, I tell you that. But it's 52 kilos in 52 weeks. That's how I'm ending my first 12 months. I'm now gonna see what my next 12 months looks like. Originally I wanted to be under 100 kilos, and then I wanted to be in the 80s because I hadn't been in the 80s since I was 17. And then I was like, I'm going to be 75 kilos. And it's really hard to put, when you start understanding about weight and measurements and your body and body composition, it's really hard to put an actual kilo amount on where you want to be, because there's so many factors that go into when you weigh yourself as an overall number, whether that be muscle mass, it be fat, it be, how your gut is, what you've just done, your stress levels, your hormones. Like, there's so many things that can all roll into what your overall weight will be. So it's quite hard. I'm at 78 at the moment, and I still have some fat loss to go. I can't tell you though what that necessarily is going to look like in kilos, because I'm working and training at the gym to build the body, that I want, and I just can't tell you what that will look like. I'm envisioning it's going to be around the low 70s, but I could be completely wrong. I may go to the low 70s and then move back up to a high 70s. I may go to a high 60s and move to a low 70s when I build more muscle. Like, I just don't know yet. So I really hate saying, like, when people are like, are you at your goal weight, or you don't want to lose too much more weight. And for me, it's not about losing weight now. I've lost a massive amount of weight, and my head knows that. I'm looking at body composition and how I feel and how my strength and my fitness, and they're the things that are really important to me. What else am I wanting to talk about? I'm so incredibly grateful for the community that I've found on Instagram. The Keto Bell 83, which I purely made it because I didn't want to post my keto photos on my makeup page, which is quite neglected these days because it's just I have this whole other passion and focus that it just doesn't get the love it once did. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I only made it purely for the fact that I didn't want to wreck my makeup page, which is why it was called Keto Bell, just so it rolled off April Bell. But yeah, I had 12,000 of you have found me and care enough to follow, and that number, God blows me away. I come from a small town. I was raised in a small town that has 1,000 people in them. So if I think of like 12 times the population of the town I grew up in, like it's nuts. It's nuts to think that. But I'm so grateful for the messages and the comments and everything that I receive. I love when people tell me how they're going, when they ask questions, when they're just stuck and they need a little bit of a help, some words, some advice, some, tough love, gentle love. Like, I love being able to do that. That's exciting for me to be able to. It's exciting. It gives me joy, and yeah, it just gives me joy to be able to help someone on a journey that I know isn't easy. And it's complicated. It's not a matter of just, I'm going to lose weight. Like, your mind is the biggest thing to overcome. Like, if you had a pie chart, you would have like your food, your mind, and your movement, I guess, or your fitness / strength / movement. And I really think the movement, at least at the start, is such a small part. Your food is, a relatively big part, but I think your mind has to be the biggest part to work on. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky, and I get you. I very, very much get you. The future, what my next 12 and 24 months look like. I've been trying to plan out what I want to do and where my health and fitness journey take me. We'll have Christmas. I think from like January to May, I'll still be sort of on a shred / build part. I'll be keto. I will be still training at the gym, working on, building my body composition and my muscle mass and my strength, whilst obviously still trying to shred the last, 5 to 10% of my body fat that I sort of want to get down to that 20-25%, if I can. We'll see how it goes, and I'll share it with you. And then I'm in Fiji again for Awaken, which I am so excited about. I get to meet a bunch of brand new people. I get to see the JRF team again, who I still get to be in contact with regularly, which is really good. They're fantastic people. And yeah, and of course seeing, we're calling them the OGs, the Awakener OGs, people that were there this year who are coming back. I'm just so excited to see you all again. Like, 12 months is way too long. And then when I get back from Fiji, I want to look into getting my PT qualifications. I want to, so this is next year, I want to be able to help people that are in or have been in similar situations that I have, that you are, you know, heavily overweight, you are mums maybe like myself, you have tried other things, you just think that there's nowhere else to go, and I want to be able to help people. And I think if I can learn more from a personal training point, I want to learn more from a nutrition point, I want to learn more, I just want to learn more. So next year, after I'm back from holidays, I'm gonna start again with what I want to do, and I'm gonna start, you know, looking at education for myself. And then within that as well, I have the aim for the following July. So we're about July 2021 at the moment. I have the aim for the following July to compete. I really want to see how I can push myself. I want to see how I can train. I want to see how I can transform, and I want to do that and compete on stage with the WBFF, World Beauty Fashion Fitness Show. It's so glitzy and glamorous, and I've always wanted to do something like that, something in that realm, and this just gives me the opportunity to combine some dedication, some passion, some joy, some hard work, some goals, you know, and I want to enter their transformation competition. So I'm really keen to do that. My battery's dying. I must be talking for a long time. So then I want to do that. So that sort of pulls me about my next 2 years, they're my goals, and that's what I want to do. And I'm going to share all that with you. And yeah, because my battery is flashing red, I'm going to end this. That's been my story so far, my 12 months. Tomorrow I'm going to share a photo, that photo I was talking about. I'm going to share that with everyone. I want to share how sad I was, but I want to show people that you can, you know, things can change. It's hard, it seems hard, and it's not always easy, but small steps do roll into big changes, and I think I'm living proof of that. So I'm going to share that tomorrow. It's going to be emotional. I'm going to do some writing now and write some stuff about it, but yeah, I just wanted to get on, and I've had an intention of sharing my first 12 months or sharing my journey so far, and just never did it. And I thought there's no better time than now. So thanks guys. You'll see me over on Keto Bell 83.